I'm Mike Underwood, I'm Senior Communications Manager at Lifeways, and today I'm joined by two very special guests to talk about their career and why they're not just anyone. So I'm going to turn to my lovely guests and ask them, who are you? What's your job? How long have you worked for Lifeways?
So my name's Margie. I am a service manager in the mental health division in Liverpool, and I have been with Lifeways for coming up to 10 years.
Wow, excellent. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
When's the actual...
October next year.
October next year. Okay. Any plans to celebrate?
I'm sure we'll think of something to mark the occasion.
Got to, haven't
Yeah.
you? Got to.
So I'm Nicki. I work in the mental health division. I'm a service manager, and I've been on Lifeways now 7 years.
Excellent. Congratulations to you as well.
Thank
so
you.
Kind of long, sort of medium term
Yeah.
employees actually.
Yeah.
Because we get a lot of long service
Yeah.
people, don't we? So curious to find out more about what your journey into social care was, because you didn't always work in social care. So Margie, tell us your story.
So from leaving school, I went to university, decided I didn't like that, so after the year dropped out.
What did you do at uni? Sorry?
Drama and American Studies.
Did you? That's
Yeah.
a classic combo,
I
that, isn't it?
Decided I didn't like it. Loved the drama aspect of it, but didn't quite like the American Studies side of it. So dropped out with the intention of going back, but never ever did. I always had like part-time jobs in retail whilst I was in university and college. So when I left university, I went into retail full-time, and from then until 10 years ago I worked in retail.
Right,
I
goodness me.
worked my way from like sales assistant up to manager.
Right. What changed?
I think for me, I lost my mum, and 2 days after I lost my mum, I was made redundant.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, from the retail company. Retail was always something that my mum would be like, oh, it's a job, but there's always something better you can do. You're not getting any job fulfillment from it. There's other things that you can do. So I took it as an opportunity of, now, if I don't change my career now, I never will.
Right.
So that's why I took that as the opportunity, a sign from above to change my career, and that's what I've done.
So what opportunity did you see? Was it straight into Lifeways? Or?
Yeah, so I used to, in the shop that I worked in, a colleague of mine, her partner actually worked for Lifeways.
Oh, okay.
And they bring the people we support into the shop, and they'd be trying the clothes on, and I'd see the relationship they had, and I'd be like, oh, do you know what, I'd love to do something like that.
Really?
Yeah, and then when we were made redundant, my friend's colleague actually come to me and she was like, you've always said you find that really interesting, so why don't you go into that? So I got the details off him, and that's where my journey began.
And was that as a support worker?
Support worker, yeah.
And was that in mental health straight out of the gate, or did you go in supported living first?
No,
Just
straight support mental health. So where I actually, Nicki is actually the manager of the service that I originated now. So it's like supported living, but mental health, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, okay, I've got you. Yeah, because we have that nuance, don't we?
Yeah.
Here and there. So when you came in to social care, did you know instantly that you'd done the right thing?
Yeah.
And what was it? What was it that made you think that?
I think with me mum not being well prior to it, I used to look after my mum, and I used to think, what if we don't have people to look after us? What happens to those people who don't have that family or that network around them? And that's what intrigued me into getting into it. And I think as soon as you go into it, it's a bit of a shock at first, a bit of a culture shock coming from retail into care.
That must be an understatement.
Yeah,
that.
but I think within 2 or 3 weeks, I was like, this is definitely the best decision I've ever made.
And what was it that made you think that and feel that?
Supporting the people, seeing how it changed their lives, seeing them do things that they want to do, going out, which they don't like doing on their own, even if it's just to go and get the shopping. Helping someone do that, it seems like it's nothing, but it's massive.
Yeah, that is the big a common thing
Yeah.
that we hear, isn't it? That it might just be a cup of coffee
Yeah.
at Starbucks or
chat.
Costa, but to
Yeah.
them it's like flipping heck.
Yeah.
That's a huge achievement.
They look forward to it. They know when they're going to have the support and they look forward to it.
Yeah.
And you look forward to it because you're like, oh, it's something different.
Yeah.
Every day is different, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Every
There's
day's
never,
drama.
never 2 days the same.
And if you think, what would your mum think about you going into something where you are getting that fulfillment? What do you think she'd say to you now?
I think she'd be absolutely made up and she'd be really proud at the fact that, because it's hard, and I appreciate it's hard to jump from one career where you've established yourself and you've got that recognition. It's hard to jump from that career to another one and start from the bottom.
Yeah.
The one thing I said when I went for that interview at Lifeways was, I don't want to work in management no more. And here I am.
Here you are.
I said the same. Yeah. Mad.
So
Love
it
it.
doesn't last long.
Yeah.
And I think that just shows how unhappy I was previously, wanting to change my career but not wanting to progress. But then coming into it, and I have progressed.
We'll come on to that. I'll turn to Nicki and just get your journey into social care. Where were you? What had you done? What
My
changed?
journey started, left school, went to college, got a nursery nursing diploma. So that means like working with the children in childcare. So I done childcare then for 27 years.
Oh, good lord.
So from nannying, teaching assistant, nurseries, and then I went and managed an after school club, so before school holidays. So then the company that owned that went into liquidation. So then I opened it up as mine. So I managed that for 10 years.
So you ran your own business for 10 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So then I'd been within that area of childcare for about 12, 13 years, and I was like, I need more. I need more than this. So I made a decision to close down the business and then see something else for me. But before I did do that, I went back into a nursery as a nursery nurse in a room with the children to see if childcare was still what I wanted to do. And when I got in there, it was like I was in prison. So yeah, so that wasn't what I wanted to do. So my sister works for Lifeways, but she works for Supported Living, and I said I think that's what I'd like to do. So went for the interview, got the job, and got thrown into mental health. So yeah, I was like quite ugh. But I do believe that if you're going to go and work in mental health or anywhere within Lifeways and you're supporting people, you need to know the people before their diagnosis. And I think that's helped me so much, because you get these relationships, and if you treat them with a diagnosis, that relationship will break down. So it's about knowing the person that you're going to support, and that works well for me.
So you see the person, not the label.
Not the diagnosis, not their what they're suffering with. And I absolutely love it. It gives me so much pleasure every single day.
What especially ticks that box for you?
So for me, we have a lady who come out of hospital. She came out of hospital 2 years ago. She was in hospital for 7 months. She come to me and she was like, literally like, she couldn't do anything for herself. And with the dedication from the team and myself, this lady is now up, walking, doing everything for herself. And I just think, yeah, she was brought to us for a reason. She was brought to the right team. And now she's got a life. But when she came out of hospital after being in for 7 months, she had nothing. So it's about their achievements and supporting them to reach them goals.
Was that a physical challenge, or was it more of an kind of a behavioural?
So it was, I'd say, yeah, with her diagnosis, it would be behavioural, but also physical. But yeah, we've got a physical health under control. Well, the GP and everyone else have got the physical health. We monitor her mental health, and yeah, she's absolutely amazing. And that's the reason for me to do the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does a typical day look like? This is an open question to both of you, so feel free to talk over each other, fight each other.
It could be like mine this morning. I get a call this morning, one of our people we support as self-harmed. so twice in 1 week. She hasn't done it for 18 months. So you just, every day is a drama. That's what we say to get through the day. You adapt,
There's no 2 days that are ever the same within mental health from our experience.
No, never, yeah.
And some days you can go in and everything can run smoothly, and then other days it's like, wow.
Yeah, help, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like, wow, how...
And if you don't laugh about it, you'll cry.
Yeah, how do we cope?
Yeah.
But then you see the other side of it when they come out of those crises, and you think, that's how we cope and that's why we do it. Because we see both sides. Yeah. We see them when they're in a decline. We see them when they're unwell, but then we see them when they're well. And that's the other side.
And how does that feel? So when you've actually seen them at their worst, and then you see them at their best.
Yeah,
amazing. There's no other feeling like it, is there?
No, there isn't.
You know, it could be that they've had to have a long stay in hospital, and then they come out. But it's important for them to keep that relationship with yourself and the staff team, because ultimately they're going to come. We know they're going to get better. They just need, you know, the support of the consultants, and it could be like a change of medication, because some people become quite resilient to the medication. It could just be that, but it takes a long period of time. You have to keep that relationship with them, and you want them to know you're there. You might not be there next to them, but you're there in the background, and we'll go and visit and stuff.
Yeah, we do ward rounds once a week.
Yeah.
So we still attend their ward rounds with their consultants. Mm-hmm. So we're still prominent in their lives. Right. Yeah.
And you don't feel abandoned.
No,
you don't want them to feel abandoned. You want them to know that their support is there.
Yeah. And because we don't run just one service, I have 3, Margie has about 12. So we have to split ourselves between 3 services plus outreach. So that means outreach is the support workers just go into their homes. Mm-hmm. So it's not like just one service where we're constantly there. We are everywhere around Liverpool.
Yeah. So how that then suggests to me that having a good team around you is vital. So how do you manage that as well?
I think we're quite lucky because we have team leaders.
Yeah.
And I know for me that I rely on them to do the things that I can't do because I have other things. And it's about trusting that, you know, that they're going to do the job and do it well, and that they care as much as you care. Mm. And it's the same with the support workers, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's knowing that they care just as much as I care, and they want the best outcomes for the people we support.
And I think for me as well, I think if you feel that in one of your services that your team is dropping the ball and they're not, because everything's wide open now with Nourish and everything else, then for me and Margie do the same. We go and spend our most time within that team.
Yeah.
Right.
And guide that team
and
build it back up to where it should be.
On that same theme of teams, when you're recruiting, and I suppose this is to the wider question of why would you work in social care, what are the key characteristics you look for in candidates? What is it that makes, because not anyone can do this job.
No.
What are the things you look for?
For me, it's about empathy and it's about the confidence as well, because you're coming into people's homes and you've got to sort of support them to become independent. You've got to be able to have the confidence to make the conversations
and
with the people we spend.
As well, isn't it? Of mental health and how up and down it can be. It's having that understanding that every day is different and we do face challenges, but we overcome them challenges and look at the reward we get at the end of it when we do overcome them challenges. I think for me also, it's someone being chatty, like someone who's quiet and quite timid. You can't really connect with them, can you? So for me, it's like you need to be chatty, you need to, you know, I always try and have like a little cup of tea 5 minutes before the interview and, you know, have a little chat with them to put them at ease, because it's nerve-wracking, isn't it?
It is,
Going for any interview is nerve-wracking, and I think if you just put them at ease, you're going to get more out of them.
Yeah. Absolutely. So empathy, kind of
confidence. Yes,
anything else? Any other kind of key things?
I think respect for others.
I think experience is huge, but I don't think it's
Says
needed.
Nicki, you both of us didn't
Yeah,
have
I know.
experience.
But I know it's mad, isn't it? I do say experience, it does work, but also I've just employed a young girl who's straight out of university, no experience. She's 21, but yeah, she's all of them things. She's compassionate. She's confident. You know, she's got them at the centre of her day, and it's just about, I think, as you say, getting to know them, having that cup of tea, see what they're going to bring to the service, ask the question. Isn't it? Is, you know, like, what can you bring to me, to our service?
What's their hobbies and interests? Because that's a massive part for the people we support. You know, I've got residents that would live with us that love going to see golf, love going to watch golf. Not everyone would sit there and watching a game of golf. So it's about finding the right support workers for the people we support, with the same hobbies and interests, because that help builds the relationship then as well.
You could almost do with like a matchmaking app.
For that kind
of purpose.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I think as well, the interview process, it's really good at the moment. So it's scenarios. So we have to, they have to say these certain words and things like that when we've asked them about a scenario. I think the scenario is great because it brings out, like, not common sense, but an understanding
of the things that we could face, as they could face as a support worker, and how would they resolve that. Now you're scoring each question, and we prompt, so depending on the prompts and how many words they've covered that we want, that decides as well. But then again, you could do an absolute rubbish interview and be the best support worker ever. So it's that way, isn't it? I just think, I don't know, I think you get a feel for it. You get a gut feeling. I think if we go back to when I had my interview, I ended up being a manager with the manager that interviewed me for my role as a support worker. I think if I think back to my interview, they just made me so relaxed and asked me questions. And for me, I don't think I'd had an interview for about 10-15 years when I went for the interview. So for me, I walked out and I'll be honest, I thought, I've got that job. I just knew instantly I had it. Didn't say it to anyone because I didn't want to jinx myself. But then but then the next day got the call and I just thought, you know what, I think it was because they put me so at ease and we were having those conversations, and I just knew.
And I think the interview process has that you can have them conversations, can't you?
Definitely.
And put people at ease.
I was going to ask you both, you've kind of covered a lot of this already, but let's say that somebody listening to this now is working in retail, or they own their own business, but they're not getting it. What would you say to them? What would be your elevator pitch, your sales pitch to get them to work in social care? Margie, I'm going to put you on the spot first.
I'd say, for me, I didn't realise how unhappy I was until I made the switch in my career. I think we all get to a certain age and we think, we can't make that career switch. I could be 10 years older than what I am now and still make that switch. There's no age limit on it. I think it's important for me to want to go to work. It's not just a way of to pay the bills. I wake up in the morning and I want to go to work. I want to face the challenges of the day. And I think retail for me now, I would never go back to retail, never. And 10 years ago, I wouldn't have said that. I think the days drag. There's, we have targets and stuff to meet, but it's for a different purpose.
Yeah, and perhaps that's the key word, isn't it? You're doing it for a purpose.
Yeah, definitely.
And Nicki, what about you? What would be your sales pitch?
If someone's thinking about jumping over to social care, then do it. It's the most rewarding job, isn't it? We face our challenges, but the rewards we get is just unbelievable. And how it makes you feel. I absolutely love my job. And all the years I was in childcare, I'd just done the job. At the beginning I loved it and I'd just done the job for that long. But like Margie said, I wake up and I look forward to coming to work. I absolutely love it. And I think we give 100%.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happens when you make a career switch, because you want to do it. You're not made in that role to go to childcare, and you know it's better when you've got your children at home and things. This was for me. This was about me making this switch, and yeah, I absolutely love it. And I'd say everybody should do it.
I don't think
once.
there's many jobs out there that's not within the care sector that you get this kind of satisfaction that we get from our job. I honestly don't think there's many jobs out there.
No, I agree.
Fantastic. That's a perfect place to end it, isn't it? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.